it's Brad McKinnon here from beautiful Dartmouth, Nova Scotia at Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish. And I'm here to help you get more familiar with the Zoom software and use all of the features for an upcoming Zoom meeting. I'm recording this so that you can see what it's like to be on one of those calls. And so here's some of the things that you can do. One, simply when you're moving your cursor around, some of these options should appear. If you hit the mute button down here in the bottom corner, you won't be able to hear audio, and this weird thing will come up if you're speaking and for some reason you can't be heard. Now, during a normal alpha session, you won't be able to unmute yourself while the main movie's on or while one of the presenters is presenting. But during your small group time, that is how you do that. And when you come into the meeting or move into a different room, this may switch you to mute. So off, on, off, on. Another thing that sometimes can be troublesome is turning on the video. So right now I've turned off my video. It's not very appealing, although some people would argue that neither is this. That button down there, stop and start video. It's nice to be able to see faces, especially when you're having a conversation. Right now I'm having a conversation with myself, so I don't need to look at two of me, but it's nice to be able to see the person that you're looking to and talking to. So one of the other things that you can do, if you click on participants here, you can see all of the people that are in our meeting, and you can control some of your functions from here. You can mute and unmute yourself. Chat is another feature that I like to bring up. And I'm in full screen, so my chat's going to appear over here, but sometimes you can set it up so that it'll appear over there and as a window. So I'm going to put the chat right in front of the other box, and you can just type into that. And you can see here right now, I can type in a message to everyone. Hello, or I can just type in a message to the host, which happens to me as well, and I can also say hello. And only when you type a direct message and you select a person, only that one person will get that message. When you select everyone, it goes into the chat and everyone can see it. A couple of other quick options. You can have reactions. So this is just a way to add a fun emoji above your head. And that's just nice. If somebody says something that's really funny, you can do that. Father Rob tells a joke. You can put that laughing so hard you're crying emoji out. That's a great one. One of the other options that can also come up is that you can change the way the views are. And I just slide up here. So you can either have speaker view so that the person who's talking will appear in there, or you can say gallery, which if we had about 2,500 people, you'd be able to see all the people around you, which is a fun way to do that and a fun way to do things. All right. One of the other things that's really important is learning how to rename yourself. So right now I am Our Lady of Guadalupe. That's the name of this account, but I'm going to call myself, make sure I spell it right. Oh, I didn't spell it right. Look at that. All right. There you go. Boom. And so now my name changes. We're going to ask you to put your full name in. It'll help on my end when I sort you in small groups, because believe it or not, there is more than one Brad in the world. Ellen, James, Paul, Chrissy, Christine. So it's nice to be able to do that, to sort you into names, into different groups, even if you have a very unique name. Also here you can see that you can pin somebody, so if you want to keep one person there. You can also hide yourself if you don't want to look at yourself for the course of the meeting. On the other side here, it just talks a little bit about the meeting information. These are different meetings, that reports and links and things like that. And that's pretty much all the functionality that's on one of these meetings. In the bottom corner here, you can see the word leave. If you're in a small group, it'll say leave group. We'll give you an option, and leave would leave the meeting altogether. And you can do that. You can leave the meeting at any point. One of the useful things is to know how to turn off and on your video in case you have to leave for some reason, or in case you have to go somewhere, or if your cell phone buzzes like mine might, you can mute yourself that way. And again, Zoom is warning me that I am on mute. And so that is what this looks like on a computer. So now I'm going to hook up my laptop or my cell phone, log into this meeting, and show you what it looks like on that end. So here I am again. This time I am using my iPhone. The setup is a little bit different on your iPhone for a Zoom meeting, but it's very much the same in some very simple ways. So first of all, your mute button is still in the bottom hand, except that I can quickly push it with my thumb, although this is a really close-up picture of me. All right, so now I'm on mute, and now I'm not on mute. So you can do the same thing when it comes to your video presentation. Stop video. There's a picture of my lovely wife, because she was using my Zoom account apparently, and on video. Also useful, so because with your phone sometimes you tend to walk around, and one of the do's and don'ts about Zoom is to try and hold as still as possible if you're on one of these mobile devices. Again, I can press on the participants button, and that shows who's at the meeting, which is me and me, both using my computer and my phone. Another thing that I can do is when I click on those little lines in the corner, it brings up some options, including different emojis that I can share. I can put on a background. I can minimize the meeting so I can look at my screen for something else, which will show that image of me in the corner. I can change some of my settings, or I can chat. And so when you bring up the chat, you're still going to be seen on the screen, but you can also type and say, hello. Pretty simple, but you can also just talk to one person. So there's the host, and I can say hello to the host or ask a direct question. That works really well. You can also, at the very bottom, if somebody tries to chat, you can see that a little button will appear here on the participants logo, and that will show you how they are chatting. It'll show that activity has gone on in the chat. One of the cool things about Zoom on a phone is that you can flip the camera. So there is my computer screen. Flip it back and there's my smiley face. So when you click on those buttons, some of the other settings it has is backgrounds. If you want to put a fun background behind yourself, let's see what I can do for a fun background. Oh look, there's the bridge behind me. Or some grass. One is a picture of a Pokemon, and I think the other one is something I tried to draw. So I'll go with none, and you can just see my happy face. As well, you can set up your meeting settings, and so the topping, you can touch up your appearance. I wonder what that'll do. Oh, that makes me look so much more handsome. Not really. All right, and so those are some simple functions that you can make work on your Zoom functionality. Anyways, it's nothing too fancy. It's not too complicated, but it can work really well. So I'm going to leave my Zoom meeting right now, and we'll take it from there. So hopefully that was helpful and will allow you to get the most out of your Zoom experience, and will allow you, whether you're using a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, to use all of the functions available to you. Now, this setup will be slightly different on an Android device, or if you're using an older version of Zoom. There are lots of good tutorial videos, but even most of the functions should be pretty transferable. So hopefully this will help you get the most out of your next Zoom experience, specifically for our upcoming Taste of Alpha, which will continue on Monday, May 3rd at 7 p.m. If you happen to see this video after that, you can sign up all the way until May 10th. So that's it. Thank you so much, and God bless, and I'll see you online.